Lesson 53 is looking at metric unit conversions. What is metric? Yeah, but what's metric? Meters? Yeah. The stuff that we don't normally use. Centimeters? You're still going to be using unit conversions. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Kilo means 1,000, so kilometer, that's where it comes from. That's where it comes to 1,000. Didn't know. I didn't know the name. I was like, I'm not sure.
I know we do, where?
We are basically the only ones that use it, but yeah, pretty much everyone else uses metric. Yeah, basically.
We didn't want to change the system.
We were too lazy to convert all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think this is like way more.
This is base 10. Yeah, this is base 10. It's really easy to go from centimeters to meters. You move a decimal place. But to go from inches to feet, you got to multiply by 12. To go from feet to yard, you multiply by 3. It's like random numbers, really. I mean, you know it because you've dealt with it. But metric is a lot easier because going from centimeters to meters, you just change your decimal place.
It's like that 3,000 maybe.
Theirs or ours? I don't know. That'd be a question for a science teacher. Yeah, it does. If you don't know 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, you need to learn that. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. That is one you definitely need to know. Anytime you're going from feet, inches to something in the metric, you're going to have to use that one right there.
That's a big.
Huh?
That's big.
Yeah, it is a random number, and it's an estimation.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not an exact. I don't know. Any questions so far? Yeah. Because, well, we're like one of the few countries that uses Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. Like, we just do everything different. Because we can. Yeah. I don't know why, but just because we can.
They all speak English fine, but we have to do their system.
Yeah.
We got their system.
Probably because our language, like, it's more like direct. Like,
Because Americans are lazy. Basically.
Yeah, like sound like
Yeah.
but it's like all the words are like ran together, so it can be they go to trial, but I don't get that.
I don't know.
It's hard to learn them in English.
How are we going to change centimeters to kilometers? We're going to put centimeters down here so that they cancel out. Does that make sense? And then does that make sense? Is 756 going to show up in your answer somewhere? Because all you're doing is moving the decimal place. How many places are we moving the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would be my final answer? 0.075. Do we need that last 0? Does that make sense? Leave it like that. Yes, 1,000 meters from 1 kilometer. Any questions there? Okay. See if you can do that one by yourself.
That's a lot. I don't know when they got that many people,
So we can measure in the world.
Who knows? Hey,
Saxon does weird.
hey, it means that whenever you get out of Saxon, you're a lot more prepared than those that haven't done it. Like, because you're doing really complicated, hard things, and then most books that they're not doing that.
And then he like repeats the question.
You're better prepared for the ACT because all of the stuff that you're doing is staying, well, most of it is staying fresh. I do?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to do all three.
You were with me 10 times.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Where did I go wrong? I'm still counting 10 though.
So you have your 6 numbers?
Oh, that's in front of the 1. I see. Whoops. I counted that as a 0, but it was going in front of the 1.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I have the right number. There we go. Does that make sense? Do you agree with that? All you're doing is moving the decimal place whenever you're using metric. Any questions on that one? Okay. Yep.
Let's go down to
Inches.
We got to go from yards to meters.
oh.
See how these are not very pretty.
Okay.
So you're going to start with 32 yards, and then what are you going to multiply it by? And then what? And then what are you going to use? Yes.
2.54.
If you think about it, which is bigger, an inch or a centimeter? An inch is bigger, so there are going to be more centimeters than an inch. So you don't have the 1 and the 2.54 switch. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then we've got to go to what? Does that make sense?
Oh, wait, you have to multiply.
Yep.
Do you make these calculations every night, or do you like make them for the day?
I make them ahead of time.
Do you have one like from the years before?
Yeah. But sometimes I mess up on, like, I misspell stuff, so I go back and try and remember to change it. Do y'all agree with this?
Yeah, yeah.
Any questions on this one? Okay. These are not difficult. They're really not, okay? We've done problems like this. You remember these? And they tell you how much they weigh, and that's the total amount that it weighs? Okay. So what we're looking at now is the weight combinations by percentage.
We need that first bullet.
We have used ratios. Now we're going to look at percentages instead.
Could we like close it with not that?
What by what?
Like, say, on that.
Mm-hmm.
More bushy down.
Yes, that was right. That's what you do.
Wait, where did you? Are we pretending that we already have the numbers?
Yeah, they gave you 23, 32, and 16. Those are the numbers that they would give you.
Wait, have we already done this?
Well, we've done something like this. It doesn't say. I don't know. Or sodium is 46 out of the 158, right? And what does that stand for? Sulfur? 64 out of the 158. And then oxygen is 48 out of the 158. Does that make sense? And if you actually divide those out, do those all add up to 100%?
Yep.
Should they? Yes. Does that make sense? Yeah, you still have to figure out, you have to do this part to figure out what the total is. And then you just say, well, there was 46 out of the 158. So it won't usually ask you to do all three, but if you did all three, they would add up to 100%. I don't know. I don't know what y'all do in chemistry. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know if y'all do this in chemistry. I don't know. So see, oh, it's from the last example. So which one would be the weight of the sodium? Well, which one is sodium? Is it Na, S, or O? It is Na.
So 49%.
No, it's what we just did. It was, there were two, and they were 23. Yeah. Yeah, they'll tell you the weight still. Because they weighed 46 total. 46 out of 158 was the 29%. Does that make sense? All right. So there's one. That's what they'll look like. They'll give you the numbers and the compound. See if you can find the percentage of the carbon. They sometimes will expect you to know which one is carbon. Yeah, it is. I don't know what that actually is. Oh, carbon tetrachloride. Oh, yes. The book tells me that's what it is. He has a point. He has a point.
You know what? From now on, I'm not saying anything else. Yeah, that's how y'all guys do the whole life. I ain't started yet.
In like 20 years.
How much is the carbon in the thing?
12.
12. How many chlorines do you have? Do you agree? Okay, what's your total? Does that make sense? So how would you get your carbon? So the carbon is 8%, 7.89.
You did 12 divided by 152.
12 divided by 152. And then how much would be the chlorine? 92%. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It only asks for the carbon, but the chlorine's the same concept. Any questions there? You can say 140 divided by 152, and they should add up to 100. Any questions here? Okay.